You know it's a party when you got Benjamin Troupe in the building, longtime NFL tight end, author, ESPN broadcaster, and more. Brother, welcome to the show.
Always good to be on with your Scoop, man. We got to do this more often, sir.
We do about once a year. Maybe we got to start doing it twice a year.
I listen. This is how to go. I'll reach out to you the first time, and I'll Instagram stalk you the second time.
Well, keeping it in the stalking family, if you will. Do you think that today's NFL tight end has to play football like basketball, or do you think that's just something that Chris Collinsworth says over and over again during broadcasts?
I think it helps if you play basketball because I think you get a skill set that only basketball can give you. And I'm talking about endurance. I'm talking about being able to, people don't understand being able to move without the ball. When you're a tight end and I say I can find a way to move without the football, when somebody got to cover me, it's going to be easy. Antonio Gates has the most touchdowns in NFL history. He never played tight end till he got to the pros. He has the most touchdowns in NFL history for a tight end. Probably going to be a Hall of Famer this year. Tony Gonzalez played basketball at Cal. Travis Kelce, because he's the white man with swag. He did something athletic outside. I think he played quarterback before he played tight end at Cincinnati. George Kittle, best all-around tight end league. Kyle Pitts looked like he played for the freaking Hawks, 6'6". But I think it helps, Scoop, because if all I know is football, I'm only giving me what football can give me. If I know basketball and I say, wait a minute, look at a receiver get open on a slant route. They're doing a crossover without the ball. When you see them doing it, that's what they do. So it's able to translate. But let me say this to all my basketball players out there. No football player can play in the NBA, and no NBA player, love you LeBron, can play in the NFL because the mentality more than the skill set. Even though if anybody had a shot to do it, it would be Bron, but I ain't never seen nothing like him. I would give him the greatest shot to be able to, move to the next level.
Okay, so Deion in his prime, could Deion make the transition to basketball if having played football and baseball?
Yeah, because I just think he has a unique, and they say he was real good back in the day, basketball in high school. Deion Sanders is like a Bo Jackson. He's a different breed of athlete in general. But it's just hard to say because I don't want to disrespect the game of basketball for this reason. Scoop, basketball changes every 2 or 3 years. When you talk about what players, it's like players start looking like what their skill set is. Dirk is the reason why 7-footers shoot threes now because, with the swing, man, I just think that if Deion put his mind to it, yeah, I think if he could. But I don't want to disrespect it because, you Scoop B, man, things you do go viral. I don't want these basketball players in my DM talking about, Draymond and them. They be listening. So I'm just saying I respect basketball too much, but I just think it's a different world because getting beat up in basketball ain't the same as getting beat up in football. Get beat up in football, you might not get up. Basketball, you're going to have some bruises, but but that's 80-something games, baby. You got to find a way to make it happen day in and day out. But I just think it's two different worlds. But hey, man, I want to see that. We've never had an NBA, NFL player, right? We've had baseball, football. Never did NBA, NFL. That's gonna be the breed of all breeds. Maybe Bryson, maybe Bryson James. Maybe he may try basketball and football. If anybody can do it, it'll be in that James bloodline.
It's interesting because Nate Robinson and I had this conversation, and it didn't really dawn on me until he brought it to my attention. Himself being a two-sport athlete in basketball, football. Going with basketball, of course, playing in the NBA, participating in slam dunk contests. But while we were on lockdown and watching The Last Dance, we saw the transition from Michael playing basketball to baseball and then coming out of retirement and playing basketball again. And, Nate iterated to me that that aerobics routine or that weightlifting routine and that timing of being on the baseball diamond, going to basketball, it's really a thing. And I never gave it really much thought until Nate brought it to my attention. I guess my question is, why is it easier for somebody to be a two-sport athlete in baseball and football, but football and basketball is such a grind? Because you said that nobody can transition that position. So what's the difference between football and baseball and then basketball to football?
the physical demand. Basketball is more physically demanding. Baseball is less physically demanding, depending on. Think about it. I mean, you could be in the outfield, go a whole game, don't get one ball hit to you, depending on where you at in the outfield. And if you got, and I just think that Michael Jordan. Once again, we talking about different breed of mentality. I just don't think it can happen because guys be thinking that, oh man, I'm super duper athletic. We don't see what basketball players do. You have to, and let me say this is what it really comes down to: opportunity. Who's going to get an opportunity to do both? Who going to tell Michael Jordan want to come to baseball? Check. Michael Jordan want to play baseball? Boom, right? But he started getting good at it once he moved back to the NBA. Who's good enough to be a star player? Not just a player. I star in my role in football, and I'm a star basketball player. Okay, what position he going to play? Oh, he play guard. He got to guard Steph. Not going to work. Well, man, I think he's gonna be like a Draymond Green. Draymond Green, the smartest guy on the court. That's why he don't have to score. I just think it's way too much, especially now, Scoop, because now we got social media. So if you're the two-sport athlete, somebody's covering you all the time, like you Taylor Swift at a Chiefs game. They're gonna be watching you, right? So then if Scoop B is asking you a question like, hey man, you only averaging like 4, 4-2, and you're not doing anything significant, right? I would love to see it. I think in today's world, now let me say this: if anybody do got a shot to do it right now, Travis Hunter probably could do it because I ain't never seen nothing like him. I really, really haven't. To be that dominant on defense and offense, never get tired. I've seen him hoop now, but once again, Scoop, you know this. They're going to accept him in football world because that's what he's known for. As soon as he step on that court, they coming at him. Ja coming at him. They're going to come at him because, hey, bro, don't make a mockery. Because that's another thing, right? Don't make a mockery of our sport because you can do it. Mm-hmm. Don't think because, just because you got a little penmanship don't mean you could be a journalist. Sure. I'm just saying to that level because if I say I want to do journalism, well, Scoop gonna read my stuff and be like, because you know what you reading compared to the average reader. We talking about a person who know what they looking at. Not, I just like basketball. No. I ain't talking about he standing in the corner. What he gonna do? Play for the Spurs? Stand on all the wings and wait on to pass the ball around and shoot? Stay away from it because if you can't deal with the criticism of being a two-way sport athlete, because they coming at you. Just leave it alone. I would love to see it, but like I say, the NBA, man, people scoring 73, 62, 60, and you know what I'm saying? We got and these 7-footers scoring 70. Mm-hmm. What? Luka scoring 73 against my Hawks, who ain't in their contract to play defense, and they still only won by 5 that night. So leave it alone, people, because if one person do it, Scoop, you know what's gonna happen? The floodgates open. Not everybody want to do it. Mm-hmm. Leave it alone. Stick to one sport. Deion's of the world, we appreciate you. Mike, we appreciate you. I know Nate Robinson played football. I think of you, Dub, before he moved to basketball. Draymond, I saw you in the spring game in Michigan State trying to play tight end. That was embarrassing. I love you. Don't put that tape out. Just leave it alone. We'd love to see it. But if anybody could do it, I think a tight end had the best shot only because they used to being utility players, being asked to do a lot, but not really caring about the credit. So if anybody got the mindset to do it as a tight end, but Kyle Pitts 6'6", Darren Waller like 6'5" for the Giants. But LeBron 6'8", he coming down the lane. Year 20. just leave it alone, man, because you're gonna get posterized real fast, and you can't fight for real. So we'd love to see it, though. We'd love to see it.
Is Tommy DeVito a full-time starter in the NFL?
Yes, I think he is. I think he is, Scoop. But this is the thing. What kind of full-time starter? To see what happens is, I'm not going to get my Cam Newton on here. I ain't finna be calling people names, this, that, and the third, but Super Bowl full-time starter? No. Win you games? Yes. And the problem is, they're gonna win games. He can win you games, but you want to be in the super duper, right? We pay you. So yes, he can, because I think after the top 10 quarterback in the NFL, it's a huge drop off. Like whoever 11 through 32, you can just They mix and match. Top 10 quarterbacking. They get to go to Super Bowls. You don't believe me? Who led the league in passing yards? Brock Purdy. Who's the best quarterback in the world? Patrick Mahomes. Who's in the Super Bowl? See the correlation? Mm-hmm. It's like football is like basketball. I don't care how good your bigs are. If you ain't got no point guards, if you ain't got no backcourt, you're not gonna win. Listen, you're not gonna win at all. Go back to every single NBA champion. What they got in common? A good backcourt. Every last one of them. Well, quarterback in the same way. If he's good enough, he can win your games. But when he great, they finna add some jewelry to the ring. They finna add some jewelry on their ring finger. So and that's so I love you, Jalen Hurts. I love you, Lamar. I love you, Josh Allen. You know, but if it don't mean a thing, as my daddy would say, do you play in the game that everybody watches? That's a Super Bowl. Everybody watches the Super Bowl, right? I don't care what sport you like. Super Bowl on? Who is that? I'm just saying, until the last two quarterbacks standing, hey man, you got a lot of money in the bank, a lot of endorsements. But once you get to that conversation about championships, you walk out the barbershop. You don't want to talk about that.
True. Do you see Lamar Jackson winning a Super Bowl as the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens?
I do. I think Lamar Jackson is running into the same thing Charles Barkley and Karl Malone, ran into when they was in the NBA. You got the greatest we've ever seen right now in football. And Patrick Mahomes saying, I ain't saying I can't be beat, but you got to beat me. Right? I've seen a lot of quarterbacks. I played with Steve McNair, played with Vince Young, saw Tom Brady, played in the same division as Peyton Manning. I ain't never seen nothing like Patrick Mahomes because he might not be the best. Well, it's going to be hard to say he's not the best player on the field. He going to play his best every time they need it. Think about this. Every time they need it. And here's the thought. He ain't got a Tyreek Hill. His best receiver is a rookie. Now, he got Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is a GOAT. Love Travis Kelce. But he got a bunch of receivers that if they was walking around Kansas City with their jersey on, people don't know who they are. And he's in the Super Bowl. So for me, Lamar, I think he's going to do it. I think what the NFL is afraid of, though, Scoop, whoever win the Super Bowl, quarterback and MVP, you got a chance to become the face of the league. Ooh, they scared of Lamar, boy. Lamar from Miami. Lamar is Edgerrin James without the goals in his mouth. I'm just telling you. That scares the league. Like Ja scares the league because they know, bro, if he get it together off the court, who's better than him? So Lamar Jackson box office, I wish he would have got it done this year, man. But Patrick Mahomes saying this, look, bro, I know I don't look like much, right? I ain't all super duper ripped up. I ain't gonna be on the front cover of Men's Health. I'm the only man in the world still sporting the mohawk, and you can't beat me. 6 years starting, 6 years in the AFC Championship game. Think about that. Fourth Super Bowl appearance. So, hey, man, I hope Lamar do it, though, because in that draft class, they hated on that man. They moved back up in the first round, drafted 32 overall, got his money with no agent. Love Lamar. But you know how it is, Scoop. Like I said, when everybody's watching, you got one option, on or off. Turn the TV and make. I hope Lamar gets it, man. I think he's great for football. I think he's great for the culture. And he embodies what the NFL is now. That's a mobile quarterback. You got to get you one.
He is an ESPN analyst. He is a Florida Gators legend. He has paid his dues in the NFL as a tight end. He's also an accomplished author. Tell me about your book.
Uncommon and Unfinished, the Ben Troupe story with BJ Bennett. It's a giant thank you letter to the people, places, and things that helped me become who I am, even what I'm doing to this day. Scoop is humbling because like you, we living out a lot of other people's stories, but we get to tell ours. My dad, my mom, my sisters, my brothers, they ain't gonna write no book. So I hope to write other books, but if I never write another one, I feel great about the one I wrote because I told all of their stories. My mama got her own chapter. She made sure that she told me and BJ, I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I think I should get my own chapter. So she got her own chapter on there. The chapter about my kids is called The Benians. That was given to them by a friend of mine. I thought that was dope. And it's a bunch of my former teammates in there who weren't all pros and all Americans who didn't think that they made a huge impact in my life. And I will say this, Scoop. while Scoop B might not have appeared in this book, when I do write another one, because I'm trying to tell a lot of people's stories, man. People think, man, how you do what you do. I said, man, if you see who sit at my table, I say, ain't no Urkels in my circle. None. So it's a blessing, though. It's a blessing because shout out to True Vine Publishing, Timothy Bond. When I was getting ready to write my book, I was trying to do the conventional route. That boy gave me some game, and he made Streets of Troop do it your way. It's a blessing every time I somebody purchase a book, because I ain't see myself being in the author realm. But yeah, man, Uncommon Unfinished, the Ben Troupe story. We'll be sending you a couple of copies, Scoop, man. I wrote a book for something somebody said to me. I was doing a speaking engagement, and somebody asked me if I had a book. Didn't have one at the time. And I said, why do you need a book? He said, because some people are intriguing enough, you want to take them home with you. Mm-hmm. If it's something you said, I want to know more about you, it clicks. So during the pandemic, me and BJ Bennett, the homie, man, we was able to, somebody said, what you going to do coming out the pandemic you didn't do going into it? Came out of author. So here we are, like I said, man, you'll get some good read, get a chance to learn about your boy a little bit more, even though it ain't gonna be much in there that's gonna make you say wow. But I think shout out to the homie BJ Bennett, Timothy Bond, the publisher, and that's a quick plug. If you want to write a book, go to True Vine Publishing out of Nashville, Tennessee. That's who you want to do it with, Scoop, because that boy treats you right. That boy, listen, that boy's cell phone, you could text the freaking publisher. Who else can do that? Oh, keep it like that.
I like it. Brother, you've been a wealth of knowledge. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us. I appreciate you.
Scoop, it's always a blessing. Listen, when I'm in the presence of greatness like yourself, man, when I say what I said, because what happens to you is only surprise to the people who don't know you. To me, I'm just saying, if somebody says Scoop just signed for $100 million, I said, they still got a bargain. That boy, they only gave him 100. That boy's still humble, man. That boy's still humble.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I value. Check the guy out. His book, his analysis at ESPN, and everything in between. You the man, brother.
Appreciate it, big time.